Welcome back to my next playthrough series. We're back to Star Trek Panic. I did this probably 3 years ago now. I thought it was time to revisit it. It's kind of a fun little Panic game. And we're going to be trying to complete 5 missions, the 5-year mission. I'm not going to go over the rules because I did a complete playthrough of this and I went into everything quite extensively. We are going to be playing with 3 different characters this time. There's 7 that come with the game. I'm using 3. I used 3 last time, so that's the same. And I took out the mission cards that we used in the last playthrough, so that this time we'll have all different missions as well. Alright, so let's take a look at our 3 characters. The first one is Captain James T. Kirk. During the play cards and maneuver phase, the first time you commit a card to a mission each turn, you get to draw 2 Enterprise cards. So that's pretty good. And then we have Mr. Spock. And what is Spock's ability? During the draw 2 new threats phase, he gets to draw 3 threats, choose 2 to place, and return the third one back to the bag. So he gets to kind of mitigate some of the nastiness that's coming our way. And lastly, we have Bones. And it says, during the play cards and maneuver phase, search the discard pile for 1 security team card and add it to your hand. So these are special abilities that they can do once on their turn. Doesn't cost any cards. It's not an action or anything of that sort. And just to very quickly go over a turn around for each character, they're going to draw up to 5 cards. For a 3-player game, I've already drawn the cards for them. So then we're going to reveal new missions if we have to. If we don't have a mission already out there, they get to trade 1 card. Play cards and maneuver. Can maneuver the Enterprise once and check mission status, and then threats move and fire, and then we draw 2 new threats. Rinse and repeat until we've either completed 5 missions or the Enterprise is completely destroyed. Yeah. Or there's one other way to lose. This deck will get reshuffled when it's empty, but there's ways in the game for those cards to be discarded from the game completely, which means if you have to draw cards up to 5 in your hand and you can't because so many cards have been destroyed and discarded, you lose the game that way as well. Alright, so we're going to come back here in a second. We are going to start with Captain Kirk. We're going to do Kirk, Spock, Bones. I'm going to do the 3 of them for each episode until we either complete 5 missions or fail. So, draw up to 5 cards. Well, Kirk has already drawn his 5 cards. He has a short range anti-facing phaser, medium range front phasers, medium range side phasers. He has some tritanium, and he has Le Corbomite maneuver. Remove 1 threat token from anywhere on the board and return it to the draw bag, or you can use it as a command. This one can be used as a science. This one can be used as an engineering. Alright, like I said, I'm not going to go over the rules because I've already done a complete playthrough where I explained everything pretty thoroughly. You can go back and check it out if you want. I played Scotty, Sulu, and Chekhov in that one. Okay, so the next thing is to reveal the new mission. So we're going to go over here to our mission area and see what it is. Alright, so we're going to be revealing a new mission. So these have all been shuffled up, and we're going to flip it over and we're going to look at it. And I think I'm going to put it actually down here, and we're going to zoom in on it and take a look. Alright, so taking a little closer look at this mission, we have a mysterious ship. An unidentified vessel is damaged and losing life support, which is going to be represented by this token on the board. And we have 4 turns to do this in, so we're going to have to set the turn tracker, mission timer tracker, to 4, so I'm just doing that kind of off screen where you can't see it, but we'll get back to that during that phase. Our mission parameters. Roll the die and place a disabled ship token in the long range sector. So we're going to roll a 6-sided die. Disabled ship does not move or fire. Our mission objective. Players must maneuver the Enterprise so that the disabled ship is in short range, completing the mission as the stranded crew are rescued. And this is our rewards. We're going to be rolling a 6-sided die. It's either going to be Space Pirates, Starfleet Cadets, or Alien Explorers. So let's get to the main board, roll the die, find out where this disabled ship is going to show up. Alright, and before we do that, I should mention, we always start out with a Romulan battlecruiser, a Tholian, and a Romulan battlecruiser. Or sorry, a Klingon battlecruiser. Klingon, Romulan, Tholian. And they're randomly put in sectors 1, 3, and 5, which I've done. So we've got the Tholian in 3, the Romulan battlecruiser in 1, and the Klingon battlecruiser in 5. Of course, it takes 1 hit to take out the Tholian, 2 hits to take out the Romulan, 3 hits to take out the Klingon. Alright, let's roll a 6-sided die and find out where that derelict ship is. It's in Sector 4. Oh man, that is not a good place to have that derelict ship, because we have to get to close range, and that's really not very good, is it? Okay, well, it is Kirk's turn. So that was reveal a new mission. Now he can trade a card with Spock and or McCoy. So Spock's got Yeoman Rand, dilithium, medium range side, long range front. So let's see what Bones has got in his hand. He's got a long range everywhere, titanium, long range rear. That could take the Tholian out. And so I think we're going to go ahead. We're going to trade cards. So Bones is going to give Kirk this card, and Kirk will give Bones the anywhere short range, because by the time he gets to Bones, we might have ships in short range. All right, that was trade a card. Now it's play cards and maneuver. So what we're going to do for playing cards, Kirk's going to play long range rear phaser, so he can hit anyone in the long range in the rear. And so that's going to hit the Tholian for 1 damage, because we're in the 2 rear sectors. The Tholian is out of here, but probably will return. And now we have basically no other cards we can really play, but we are going to play the Corbomite maneuver. Remove 1 threat token from anywhere on the board and return it to the draw bag. So Kirk pulling the Corbomite maneuver. So we're going to take the Klingon battlecruiser, which is the most difficult to destroy at the moment, and we're going to put it back into the draw bag, which is this little blue draw bag, Star Trek Panic bag. Alright, that was Kirk playing all of his things. Now we're going to check the mission status. We're going to go over there and do that for our next step. Alright, and checking the mission status is pretty simple. Did we fulfill the mission, which is get up close to the derelict ship? No, we didn't, which means the timer is going to go down to 3. We have 3 more turns to get to that ship. And I forgot to maneuver the ship, so I am going to go ahead and do that right now. That should have been play cards and maneuver, then check mission status. So Kirk would have maneuvered the ship to try and get us closer. So kind of out of step here already on the first turn. We're going to have a maneuver, and then we're going to have the threats moving and firing, and then drawing 2 more threats. Alright, yes, Kirk would have maneuvered the ship, and how you maneuver the ship is you can either move forward 1 space, which draws everything towards you, or you can rotate clockwise or counterclockwise. So Kirk's going to command the ship to go this way, which we got to get close to this guy. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we can do it. We might be able to pull it off, I think. Alright, next step is threats, move, and fire. There's only 1 threat on the board. It is the Romulan battlecruiser. It's going to move 1 space towards the Enterprise. It will fire, doing 1 damage against the shields. Shields are still holding. They take another hit, though, and they're going to go down. And now we have draw 2 new threats. Ooh. So we reach into the bag of fun, and we pull out 2 new threats. The first one we get is the Klingon battlecruiser. That went away, has come right back again. Alright, we've avoided it, but it's back. And it's going to show up Sector 4, which is right here. And of course you put the highest point value facing towards the Enterprise. That was threat number 1. And threat number 2, what else do we have? We have, alright, the Starbase. The Starbase is actually good for us. Where does the Starbase show up? In Sector 4. Well, if there's a starbase in Sector 4 with the derelict ship, why doesn't the starbase personnel go and rescue it? Yeah, okay. So that's draw 2 threats. Coming up next, we're going to be having Mr. Spock take a turn. Alright, it is Spock's turn, and we're going to take a look at his cards. He's got medium range front. He's got, okay, medium range side. That's good for hitting Klingon. And he has the lithium, repair or damage shield, which he could use, or draw 2 Enterprise cards and add them to your hand. Reveal a new mission if necessary. Of course we're not doing that because we have our mission available. Trade a card. Does he want to trade a card? What does Bones have for cards? Long range. everywhere. Well, that could help. This is another good one. That can take out the Romulan battlecruiser. So, and Kirk's cards. Kirk also has this card. But I think we're going to leave Kirk alone. We're going to have Bones trade. So Bones is going to give Spock this card, the medium side range phasers, and then Spock is going to give Bones this one, the medium range front facing. Alright, continuing on with Spock's turn after now we can trade cards and play cards, maneuver, and he's finished trading cards. Alright, he's going to play Yeoman Rand. We don't need any divisions right now to do our scenario, so we're just going to play this, draw 2 cards and add them to your hand. So Spock plays that. He gets to draw 2 cards. He gets this one, and he draws no sensor contacts. Ooh, do not draw any threats this turn. That might be useful. I think he's going to go ahead and play that. I'm going to put that card on top of the bag so I remember. And now he is going to be playing attack cards. He's going to play this one, which is medium range on the side, which is going to be able to hit the Romulan battlecruiser, and he's going to play that twice. So he's going to play that card twice. That's 2 damage, 1 for each. The Romulan battlecruiser destroyed by Spock. And now he can maneuver. So he's going to maneuver the ship once, counterclockwise. Now these 2 arcs are in the front, and then he will play long-range front phasers for 1 damage, hitting the Klingon battlecruiser, taking it down to 2. He could repair the shield with the dilithium, but I think we're going to hang on to the dilithium. We're going to hang on to that card, and that's going to be the end of Spock playing cards and maneuvering. Check the mission status. Let's go back and do that. Alright, we're checking the mission status, and once again we're not up close and personal with the derelict ship. This ticks down once more. Alright, continuing on. Threats, move, and fire. Let's go back to the main board. Alright, threats, move, and fire. The only threat we have is the Klingon battlecruiser. It moves here, fires at the Enterprise. It will damage the front shield a little bit. So I put that on there. If it will stay there. Alright, damaged the front shield. That's it. And now it's draw 2 new threats. But let's not forget, Spock has the handy-dandy. During the draw 2 new threat phase, draw 3 and choose 2 to place and return the 3rd to the bag. And I also just remembered that we do not draw threat tokens this turn because we played no sensor contacts. So that very quickly then ends off Spock's turn. Coming up last for this episode is going to be Leonard McCoy. So let's have him take his turn now. Alright, it is McCoy's turn. He's got some good cards. He will trade with Kirk, though. He is going to trade the long-range, any-facing phaser to Kirk, and Kirk's going to give him the medium-range front phaser. So that's the next step, which is trade a card. Now it's play cards. Well, McCoy now has 2 medium front phasers to fire. 1 damage each. He will do that. That's 2 damage to the Klingon battlecruiser. 1 to the threat is eliminated. And now he is going to maneuver. He will maneuver the Enterprise this way. So how it works when you're maneuvering forward, these tokens will move ahead. Cloaked ships don't move ahead, but everything else does. So the Enterprise is now getting very close to the derelict ship, which we want to. And we're also getting close to the starbase, which gives us a bunch of benefits when we get there. Okay, so now we have to check the mission status. Alright, we're checking the mission status. Are we up close and personal to the derelict ship? No, we're not. We only have the next turn to pull this off. Now, unless something nasty happens to us, we are likely to pull it off, but you never know, because now, coming up next, threats, move, and fire. Then we have to draw 2 new threats. Alright, it's time for threats to move and fire, but as you can see, we have no threats. We do now have to draw 2 new threats from the bag of threats. So let's see what we get. Oh, come on. First one is, oh man, it's going to be a cloaked Romulan bird of prey. Bird of prey, doing 2 damage a hit. Wow. Alright, and it's going to show up in Sector 1. So of course the Romulans are going to sneak in from the backside. Alright, one more threat token. Come on, what do we got? What do we got? One more threat token is... no! Okay, Ion Storm. Roll a die. Apply 1 damage to shield or hull in that section. Okay, so we get an Ion Storm, hey? Let's see where that happens. In Sector 6. Wow, so this shield has been blown down by the Ion Storm because 2 damage to a shield takes it out. So we lost a shield on that side. And that's going to be the end of McCoy's turn. That's going to be the end of our episode for today. So, when we come back next time, of course, we're going to have Kirk go Spock, then McCoy. That's how I'm going to do it. We have James T. Kirk, who should be able to maneuver the Enterprise right up front and close to the starbase and the disabled ship, which is excellent. And that will be it. And we do have this Romulan cloaking ship available now at the back. Alright, so thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for comments, subscriptions, and likes. This is once again Star Trek Panic. This time we're playing with Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. Can we complete 5 missions before we lose? I guess we'll find out in the following episode. So thanks so much, and we'll see you then.